Hi, my name is Gina Tolfa, and this is my final project for the class Advertising 420, Driver's License for New Media. In the following video, I will introduce and explain the digital media strategy I have developed for the brand Patagonia. Before I introduce my digital campaign, I want to talk a little bit about why I decided to choose Patagonia for this project. I chose Patagonia because it was a company that I was very familiar with but still didn't know very much about. And I was very curious and interested to learn more about it and figure out what it was that the company really stood for. So the first thing I noticed when I started researching the company was that it really focuses on promoting a lifestyle rather than just the products. That lifestyle sparks people's sense of adventure by encouraging people to get out there, connect with nature, and just explore the world around them. Having spent many summers in northern Michigan, this became something I really identified with and found to appreciate in a company. This particular perspective also reminded me of a company near my cottage called M22 Life. It looks to send a similar message through their products by promoting the exploration of Michigan and encourage people to enjoy and appreciate the natural beauty here. Another characteristic that really struck me about Patagonia was the importance they stressed on making good quality products the right way that have as little impact on the environment as possible. So part of my plan will aim to increase the awareness of this side of the company, as well as help people understand why they would choose Patagonia or over their competitor like North Face or Columbia. Before I explain my actual strategy for Patagonia, I'm going to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it and what everything is based on. The first piece of inspiration that I'm going to talk about is the company's mission statement itself. This is kind of the lifeblood of the company, and it encompasses everything they set out to do, not only through developing their products, but along with the additional efforts they are making to push for change and really live out their mission. So as you can see on the bottom of the slide here, there are a number of different ways they spread their mission, and that's kind of what I drew my inspiration from for this campaign. The next piece that I really drew a lot of inspiration from for this campaign was a quote from the founder of Patagonia, and it just kind of sums up their take on business and their view on what they're doing and why they do the things they do. That quote says, "Since corporations run the government, if you want to change the government, change the corporations. If you want to change the corporations, change the consumers." This quote really allowed me to understand how they do business so I could create a campaign that would best reflect something they might actually do today. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the campaign objectives. And these are sort of the framework for how I set up my campaign. As you can see, they're very message-centered, more of a branding campaign rather than promoting their products or an event. Through this campaign, I also hope to encourage other people to take interest in what Patagonia is doing and really understand what sets them apart from their competitors. This is just a brief description of the target audience this campaign is trying to reach. As you can see, it's pretty general because one of the goals, like I said, is to expand the reach and raise awareness of what Patagonia is doing as a company, and also to target places that aren't as aware of this side of the company. For instance, Patagonia has stores in 17 of the 50 states, so that's less than half of the continental United States that has a flagship Patagonia store where they can see exactly what the company is doing. Yes, Patagonia products are sold nationally and internationally, but it's not a true reflection of Patagonia since they're in stores like Moose Jaw or other sporting goods stores, and they're just selling Patagonia products. Moving along to the campaign itself, as you can see, it is titled Made to Last, and each component of the plan itself helps communicate that message. So a couple ways that it aims to do this. So the first part of the plan is to release a teaser, and that'll follow the supply chain of a Patagonia product and talk about how good quality products are made to last you a long time and stress the importance of conscientious consumption. And then the second piece that'll come out after the commercial will be Planet Protectors program. And that is a pledge customers can take online to show their support for what Patagonia is doing, as well as provide a way for them to get involved. There'll also be some incentives for signing up to actually attract people to get involved. So that'll have its own section on the website, and people can sign in. And then to promote the Planet Protectors program, a second commercial will be released that is all about what do you pledge for. So that'll follow three or four different ones that'll follow the brand ambassadors explaining why they pledge, and it'll end with what do you pledge for, to kind of encourage customers to get involved and show them why why it's a good cause. The key mediums this plan will utilize will be television, social media outlets like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the home website itself, again, since it'll have the Planet Protectors program, and also through email. So if people already subscribe to Patagonia emails, they'll get an email alerting them about the Planet Protector program. Finally, this campaign will last one fiscal quarter, which is 3 months out of the year, but hopefully with customers being encouraged to share their stories for what they pledge for, that'll act as some kind of earned media and allow Patagonia to keep advertising without necessarily paying for more commercials or spending more money. So we're going to quickly go over the budget, and the total budget for this campaign is around $30 million, since the main costs for this plan are TV commercials, airtime, and how much it costs to pay the advertising company to create the campaign. So as you can see, it's just kind of a rough estimate of and the breakdown of the different components that would go into this plan. Another key component to a digital media strategy is the measurements you'll use to determine the success or lack thereof of the campaign itself. For this campaign, you can look at the traffic on social media based on likes, shares, follows, if new people are subscribing to the email list, if how many people are actually taking the pledge, how many people are sharing their stories, who's commenting on them, and also if there's just an increased flow of traffic to the home site itself. These measurements allow the company to gauge the response as well as provide some insight as to what did or what did not work about this campaign. The overall impact this strategy would have on the brand would allow people to see the true face of Patagonia and realize that there's more to the brand than just clothes. To wrap this up, I'll leave you with a quote from Patagonia's founder. There's no difference between a pessimist who says, "Oh, it's hopeless, so don't do anything," and an optimist who says, "Don't bother doing anything, it'll turn out fine anyways." Either way, nothing happens.